Good morning, 8th grade. This is Mr. K, welcoming you to another drawing lesson. I hope all is well. I hope you're staying healthy. I hope you're drawing, and I hope you're having a little fun while doing so. I do apologize for yesterday's video. I don't know why it ended up recording sideways. Hopefully it wasn't too big of a deal for you. I know with your technological expertise, many of you hopefully figured out a way to rotate your screen. And if all else failed with being able to rotate it digitally, hopefully you were able to just maybe turn your Chromebook gently on its side. Okay, so we're going to add some more details to our castle drawing today. So here I have basic number 2 pencil. My pink eraser is handy, and my ruler also is here if need be. Remember, this is going to be your grade for the end of the week. I'll expect all of you to post a version of your finished castle drawing, and as always, I will thoroughly enjoy looking at your completed pieces. I truly will. Okay, so here's where we're going to begin today. We're going to begin with this particular castle wall line that extends from this tower over to this tower. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to freehand in some more of that blocky brick design that we had utilized over here on top of that first castle tower. And really, you don't have to worry about how many of these blocks you put in. Just do your best. Try to make it as uniform, meaning as even as possible. Okay, so I'm going to put one more little notch in over here. Okay, and then what you probably want to do is, when you put those notches in the brick, you can go back in and clean up that original line just a bit. Placed my lighting a little differently today, because I noticed sometimes there's some heavy shadows on the drawing beneath my hands, and I hope that's not too much of a nuisance for you. I'm sort of figuring things out as I go. Never dreamed I'd be videotaping so many drawing lessons, but in a way, it's kind of fun. I still get to teach art, albeit in a different manner, but it's still really, really fun for me. Okay, we're going to concentrate on this center tower here. And what I'm going to do is this. About halfway through the top of the tower, I'm going to put a little notch. And that little notch is going to indicate the center point of this particular tower. And that center point is going to fade to the left and also fade to the right. And it'll give us an illusion of some perspective. And what I am going to do is, close to the middle, I'm going to draw a straight line. I'm not pressing super hard because I may want to adjust that line as we move through. And I'm going to extend it a little bit higher than the original top. Okay, and then what I'm going to do this free-handed. I'm going to fade one line this direction, and I'm going to fade another line the opposite way. And you can see when we erase the original top, it gives us a feeling of three-dimensionality, and it gives us some artistic perspective. Okay? Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to veer off from the original line just a bit. Okay, I'm going to bring this in just a hair, and I'm going to come down like so. And I'm going to do that on the other side as well. Basically at the same distance. So I'm going to come down and veer off that original line just a tad. Okay? Now to continue on with my theme of straight lines, I'm going to run a ruler up and down to create a straighter version of that original line. And then what I'm going to do is, let's see if this pencil top eraser works. It does. So I'm going to go ahead in there and I'm going to clean up that original ruler line from, I don't know if it was yesterday or 2 days ago. But what we've done is we've narrowed that tower just a smidgen. Okay, see this little brick here? I'm going to move that over. Okay? And what I'm also going to do here is this. I'm going to start from this high point, and I'm going to work that same design to the right at the top of this tower. And it just fades away behind this original tower. Okay, then I'm going to do the same thing to the left. Give it that same blocky design as we move to the opposite direction. Here, I'm going to put just a teeny tiny one on the end there. And you can go back later and clean these designs up as you feel comfortable and as you see fit. That looks kind of cool. I like that. All right. Moving along here, we're going to give these towers some decorative details at the top. Okay. I don't have a whole lot of room above this first tower. I'm just going back and refining some of these stones. I do that all the time. You know, there is a famous quote from my guy Leonardo da Vinci, and he said at one point in his artistic career that artwork is never finished, only abandoned. That means you could fiddle and keep working on your designs indefinitely, infinitely. And he was never 100% satisfied with any of his art. And so he just kept going back and reworking and refining details. And that's why he said artwork's never done, because you can always go back and do something different. So I've added, I don't know, I'm going to call it a flagpole at the top of that particular tower. Okay? And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add a few little additions to these other towers as well. This one here in the middle, I'm going to extend another little structure up above. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it a triangular structure by giving it some sides. Okay? Later on, I may have to come back and put some flags at the tips of some of these individual pieces of the castle. But we can always come back and do that. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do over in this particular tower area. You see this mark right here where we kind of came on down and gave it this three-dimensional look? I'm going to run a line up to the flat part of the triangle, like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a line this way, and I'm going to run a teeny line this way, and from that particular area we're going to put a mini tower coming up from the larger tower. We're going to put a triangle on top of it, and then we may fly yet a third flag from that structure there. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in and erase the front part there where those lines intersect to give it some more perspective, meaning that this little mini tower is in front and this stuff here is in the back. In fact, I may give that a little bit of shading there just to enhance the view. And then if you're interested in putting some little triangular flags from those poles, you go ahead and do so. Maybe we'll put one here flying in the opposite direction. And then the one here, we can't really see it because it goes off of the page. I'm going to darken this line in here just a tad. Okay? So the way things are going, it's looking like we're probably going to have yet another video tomorrow, which would be Thursday. And that's fine. You know, I sort of figured as much. You know, drawing a castle is a kind of an in-depth and detailed assignment. So it's going to take us a little more time. Okay, so here's what I'm doing here. I'm adding another layer of decorative brick to this tower here. I'm giving it a little bit of perspective. As you can see, these lines to the right slant just a little bit because they're on this corner of the tower. Okay, I'm going to come over here, do the same thing with this particular tower. See how they meet in the middle just a little bit. These guys fade downward to the left. These guys fade downward to the right just a little bit. Now this guy here is cylindrical, so we're going to do kind of like a frowny, a slight frowny shape. Back and forth I go with my pencil, refining the line each and every time. These guys here, I'm going to straighten them up with my ruler. I'm going to turn my page a little bit just to make it more comfortable for me. You're always welcome to do that same thing. have to be perfect. Just do your best. Do a good job. Hope you guys take advantage of stopping and starting the videos. That's something that's really a definite advantage to this distance learning program over regular school. You can stop and start the lesson to your comfort level, to your liking. Okay, a couple more things here, and then we'll probably call it a day. You can start placing random windows in the towers. Okay, I'm not going to tell you exactly where to put them all. You can put them in wherever you think they should be. That's your call. That's your decision. Some of you may want to go ahead in and start putting brickwork all over the castle design. That's an idea that may end up looking really kind of cool. But I'm just going to finish up here today by drawing in some randomly placed windows in the tower castle. You know, in the story that I had referenced on day one, the young artist, Adrian van der Velde, was placed in one of the tower castles or towers from the castle, and that's where he was assigned to begin his paintings. Okay, and I'll update you on that story either Thursday or Friday, depending on how far we get with these castle designs of ours. Okay? I better stop right about there, otherwise our video is going to get too lengthy. I hope you're having fun, and I hope you go back and forth in your drawing the way I'm doing right now. And remember what Leonardo said, artwork is never finished. It's only eventually abandoned. So don't abandon this drawing until you're really happy with it. Because I think we've worked rather hard on it so far. And I hope you're happy with your results thus far. And we'll add some more to it tomorrow. And when I go to upload this video, I sure hope it's right side up and not sideways the way it was for you yesterday. Again, thank you for enduring that. And thank you for being good students. I appreciate you guys working so hard. One last thing I better do here is this. I better eliminate this original line that we had in there. And that'll help clean up this particular wall. Okay, boys and girls, I wish you well with your studies, and we will be talking to you very, very soon. Until next time, happy drawing.